Not me. How could it be me? Me. It's not my issue. It's somebody's problem. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. For today's video, I kind of wanted to do something a bit different. We're in a new month and I was kind of in a moment of self-reflection and just kind of like reflecting over the past year and everything that has been going on in my life, and I kind of felt like, oh, maybe it'd be cute to do this like on camera and to like have this discussion. I was watching EC Maymay's video like a couple days ago, and she was like talking about how she went home and she read her old diary and she was just reflecting on how like she used to think she was so ugly. So it kind of put me in a mood with like self-reflection and kind of like thinking back over the last year and like the growth that I've had, and I just kind of like wanted to talk with y'all about that. It'd be kind of interesting to talk about because I've honestly done so much growing up over the past year that it's actually crazy, and like maybe it's in ways that people can't see, but like personally I've sat down and kind of like looked at it and I was kind of like really impressed and kind of proud of myself for like the growth that I've gone through. And like sometimes I don't necessarily stop and like celebrate the small victories. Like for me, I'm like looking at, you know, people in like their mid-20s like living their lives, and I'm like, oh my god, I want that, why am I not there? And I'm like, and sometimes I just have to sit down and remember that I'm 20 years old and my life kind of basically just started, you know? And like I can't be at that same level because like I said, I'm not at the same stage. When they were 20, I was what, 15? So it's not the same thing. And I usually don't stop and celebrate the little victories like spiritual growth, emotional growth, and all of that. So I kind of wanted to talk about that today and just kind of like talk about my journey and what I've kind of gone through these past few months. Yeah, so I'm just gonna jump right in and start from the beginning. For me, the beginning is like graduation to college, so that's just where I'm gonna be, what I'm gonna be talking about. And I'm just gonna be talking about like my spiritual growth, my emotional growth, my mindset, and how it's changed. So I'm just gonna be like taking you through that. And yeah, might be giving you more about me than you need to know, more than you want to know, but you clicked on this video, so let's get into it. I graduated in 2019, and during like the college application period, I'm gonna be honest, I applied early, but like I applied just like to get it off my back so like Christmas, it wouldn't when my Christmas turn up, because I was like, I don't want to be stressed during like the holidays and like, oh, I have to apply. So like I applied in October, and I will be honest, the only application I really kind of like cared about was the one to McGill, and that one was like, I did my application, I researched what I wanted to major in, and I did all that research. So my application, when I really like applied with my heart. But then my application to Georgia State, my application to Maryland, my application to Concordia, I wasn't really putting that much thought into it, and that's why honestly I applied to like 5 unis. I was really like, you know, I really didn't think that stage of my life through. I didn't really know what I wanted to major in, what I wanted to do with my life, with myself. So I just kind of like applied seriously to one school, and the rest was just, okay, we'll see what happens. And what happened was I got into Perimeter College and I got into Concordia University. And I honestly think that God works in ways that I will never be able to understand, and he does it because he knows you. And I don't know, I just think that, I don't know, it's something I just really cannot explain. After reading my application into Concordia, it was like for sociology and anthropology. At that time I didn't really know what anthropology was really about, so I started like googling. Even sociology, honestly I had like a brief understanding, but like it wasn't like that much. And people would be like, oh, what are you doing, sociology and anthropology? Oh, what's that? I'd be like, give me a second, let me just Google, because I don't know. But like after like research, I found out what sociology and anthropology was, and to me it seemed really good. It was a cute major. It was in Montreal. I've been to Montreal before and I liked the city. I have an aunt there, so I was like, cute vibes. And then I accepted the offer, and then a friend of mine was like, oh, I'm also going to Concordia. So I was like, this is so lit, because senior year I had moved somewhere completely different. I didn't really have friends. It wasn't really a cute year for me. So finding out that a friend of mine who I was really close to was going to be in the same uni, I was super excited. With moving around a lot, you face a lot of uncertainties, and like my sister and I are examples of two people who deal with uncertainty completely differently. she will Google the heck out of the country we're going to, the school we're going to, like try to figure out how she can reach people there and like talk to people and find out about the school. I'm someone who's just like, take me. Like, if we're going to South Africa, okay. If we're going to Burkina Faso, okay. Like, even when we were going to Congo, I was like, cool, just take me. I don't really care. So I had the same mentality about college. Like, Celeste has researched her uni, has researched her dorm, she has researched what's around, you know, she's like, she needs to be prepared. But for me, it was really like my friend was like, oh, I'm going to this dorm. I was like, okay, cool, I'll go there. Like, I don't really care. I was like, you pick the dorm, I'll just be there, chill, whatever. And yeah, that was not the attitude to have. I really wish I could have changed that attitude and really like seen that new chapter as like a new beginning and as a moment for me to be able to establish myself personally and independently. But it's okay, I've learned from that. But so I basically just went to uni just like that. Instead of trying to like broaden my surroundings and to talk to different people, I was just like, that's my girl, that's my girl. So I stay with my girl. And yeah, we like talked to a couple people, but I was usually with her all the time. Like, if I needed to go get some food, I'd be like, where you at? But like, we did make 2 other friends in our dorm, and like I did also chill with them. But like, or a lot of the moment, I would like gravitate towards my friends because that's what I knew. So I didn't really go out there. I didn't really like meet people. I didn't really socialize. I didn't really find personal interests and pursue them. I was just doing what anyone was doing, so I wouldn't have to do anything by myself, which again, not the cutest mindset. After, you know, the whole folly of freshman year and going out and all of that, and when winter started, I was not going out. It's winter, seasonal depression, and I was like, no, I stayed home and I was just going to class and back. Then when the pandemic hit, I went to stay with my aunt because I was originally supposed to go back to the US, but my family didn't want me to be in the plane and be exposed, and since I had family in Canada, it made more sense for me to stay put instead of going somewhere else, which I completely understand, you know, where they were coming from. But for me, from my perspective, I was like, she got kids and they're toddlers and I got school and I have to be there. Like, I was just like, no. So I was really like, I really kind of felt like alone, and I really kind of felt abandoned, even though I know that was not my parents' intentions. Like, that's how I felt. And so it was really, really hard. And I remember just reaching a low that I had never reached in my life and really feeling alone. And that's when, I don't know how, I can't explain it, I don't know what triggered it, but I discovered God personally. Like, I always knew about God. I went to church. My family was very religious. I grew up in church and I went to church every Sunday. So I knew God. I prayed every day, but like, that was like the first time that I had a personal relationship with God. And I don't know, it really felt like in the darkest, in my lowest point, like, and where I really thought I was alone, God was like, no, you're not alone, I'm here. And that's when I discovered God, and I was like, wow. And we had a personal relationship, and my spiritual growth just like took off from there. Like, I was just, woo, it was it was really like super, super, super great for me. After a couple months in Montreal, I was able to go back to Atlanta, and I was excited. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be in my own space, even though I was gonna be with my brother. You know, he works and he has his own schedule, and I, you know, had my own schedule. So I was like, cool, it's gonna be cool. And I'm the type of person who doesn't enjoy the now. I'm always looking for the grass that's greener somewhere else, which again, horrible mindset. So when I was in Montreal, I was like, I hate it here, I need to dip. Got to Atlanta. The first months, it was cute, whatever. Then we started online school. Like, we had done online school, but that was like in the middle of a personal, like a going to class semester, and then we finished the semester off online. So it was different than starting completely online, and that didn't work well for me. I'm not someone who learns that way. I need to have like a schedule. In the morning I have this class, and I come back and I study and I do this. So for me, having everything online and being at home, it just kind of felt like I wasn't really at school, and it took a really, really, really big toll on my mental health. And I didn't perform as well as I wish I could have second year. And so yeah, so I was like, no, yeah, if I leave, if I go to Cape Town or if I go to Nairobi, it's going to be better. It's going to be better than here. Yeah, I just need to leave Atlanta. I just need to go. This is not working for me. Instead of using that time to, like, you know, grow more spiritually, to grow personally. But no, I was like, no, this environment is not working for me. And what I kept saying that during that time period, especially around December, it was like, no, 2021 is going to be my year. 2020 was not great, but 2021 is going to be my year. And the reason why I was like, it's going to be my year is because I'm not a big believer of like consecutive numbers, but like I know my sister, like when she sees like 444 or like, you know, stuff like that, like for her, like it's signs and stuff. So when I realized that I was going to be turning 21 on the 21st in 2021, I was like, whoa, like that's like 3 consecutive 21s. That's gotta mean something. Like I've got this year, I really have to get my act together, because like I feel like this is a sign that this is the year. So I kept telling my friends that, I kept telling people around me, like, no, 2021, that's my year, that's my year, that's my year. So I left Atlanta in December and I went to Nairobi. My sister came for the holidays. I was there with my nieces and nephews and my sister. It was really, really great. I had such a good holiday. Like I had such a great time. And then the school year started, and it started off really, really well. And I was like attending all my classes. I was really being on top of it, doing all my assignments, which was really different than the first semester, because the first semester just being by myself and just, it wasn't really working. But I guess with family around and all of that, it was a bit easier for me to like not feel like I was in a prison physically and mentally. I was really feeling free and all of that. But you know, like I said, for me, the grass is never green where I am. So I was like, no, when I go to Cape Town, it'll be better. I'll be with Celeste, you know, the vibes will be different, blah, 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 blah. And then I went to Cape Town. And so in Cape Town, things were kind of the same. It was still stagnant. And I was like, just trying to like understand like what is the issue. Montreal didn't work. Atlanta didn't work. Kenya didn't work. Cape Town's now not working. At some point, it's gotta be me. Like it can't be the location that I'm in, because I've moved to like 4 or 5 different places. I was even in Addis. So at this point, it's not the location, it's me and it's my mindset. Although I was constantly looking for a greener grass, there was some personal growth. Like I'm not gonna not acknowledge the growth that happened during that time, because after sitting with my sister and reflecting like a couple months ago, because I feel like part of my growth, which I really am proud of, is that I have a lot of moments where I sit down and I kind of reflect on myself and my behavior and how I've been handling things. Like in December and January, when Celeste and I were together in Nairobi, like my conflict resolution skills were way different than how they are now. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I've seen the growth. Like I'm someone who's quick to anger, and if you hurt me, my intention is to hurt you just as much as you hurt me. So whether that be cussing at you, whether that be yelling at you, whether that be saying things that I actually really don't mean, but my point is just to hurt you. But I've noticed how that's changed now. Like, I will get angry, but I'll be like, sit down and think about what happened, and is it worth holding a grudge? Is it worth not speaking to this person? Is it worth not having a relationship with that person, you know? So I definitely have had some growth, and even in like my personal life, and like even YouTube, for me, I see that as growth, because that's something I wanted to do. And for me to have been able to sit down and save money to buy a camera and to be able to, you know, just plan out content and schedule stuff, like for me, that's growth in my personal development. So I am proud of myself in those areas. But yeah, after I came back to Cape Town and after talking to Celeste, I was like, well, what is it? Because Atlanta wasn't working, Montreal wasn't working, Nairobi wasn't working, Addis wasn't working, and now it seems Cape Town isn't working. So I have to change my mindset, because it's not where I am, it's my mindset, because no matter where I am, I'm not happy, and that doesn't make sense. Like after kind of thinking about it, like I started kind of thinking about my mindset, and like even the whole like, you know, 2021 is my year and all of that. Like I really was like wanting to be on a yacht, shaking my ass in a thong in Dubai.
It's time for me to shake my ass on a yacht. Oh, in a song.
The people who are doing that and the people who I'm watching doing that are at a different level than I am. Even if they are in their early 20s, like they had been working prior to that. Like I'm just starting out, and I feel like my mindset has changed in the sense that like I really thought like 2021 had to be the year for me to really like blow up and really do things, but I'm really starting to look at it as 2021 being a foundation. Like you can't build a solid structure without a solid foundation. And after like rebuilding my mentality and really thinking about it, I was like, well, this is my foundation. Like if I build a solid foundation this year and the upcoming years, then if it's solid up down here, then up there it just gets better, you know what I'm saying? So I really was like thinking about it and like, no, I don't have to be on a yacht and be like, oh, I'm 21. But I was like, why am I gonna deprive myself of celebrating my birthday just because I'm not in those exact circumstances, you know? I was like, there's so many other things that I can do to pamper myself and to celebrate myself that doesn't have to be extravagant, you know? So I've really been working on like changing my mentality, even like as well as uni, like going back. I'm gonna look for a place. I really want to look for a place where I'm going to be living by myself, really start to really establish myself as my own person, and like as well as school. Like I want to be academically excellent. Like I know that it's possible. I know that I can achieve it. So why am I limiting myself? You know, why am I, even if it ends up being online, honestly, like I know online school is the worst, but even if it ends up being online again, I can't do the same things I was doing second year, because that is not growth mentality. That is not achieving my goals. That is not doing what's best for me, because at the end of the day, if I fail, it's me. My parents have already established themselves. They're good. My siblings are good. And everyone, at the end of the day, it's everyone's life. And if I'm not succeeding, it's for me. Like I'm gonna be the one who's gonna be in a place looking at everyone's success and be like, well, why didn't I do something for myself when I had the chance? So that's kind of like the mentality that I'm going in, and that's like kind of where my mentality has shifted. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, I'm really proud of my growth, because like even the moments of being introspective and really looking in at myself was something that I wasn't doing before. Like I had ego issues. Like I always thought it was somebody's problem, not me. How could it be me? It's not my issue, it's somebody's problem. Like that's how I thought. I was like, I'm not the problem. And for me to be able to sit down and be like, well, okay, you fucked up over here and you need to correct that situation and deal with it, is like really, really huge for me. And I'm like super, super proud of myself for doing that. And yeah, like going back to Montreal, I really want to be more social. I really want to branch myself out, find different hobbies, talk to different people, and just really like grow and really like be my best self. You know, going back to Congo, I really want to start working out. I really want to not to look like a certain ideal, just to be comfortable in my body. It's not that I'm focusing on any problem areas or anything. Like I just want to be fit. I want to be comfortable with my body. I want to be able to wear certain things and be completely fine. Like I'm okay with what I look like, and it's just sometimes like, you know, for when we're something a bit more revealing, sometimes like I don't really feel like my body's at its best place. So I really want to be in a place where anytime, any place, any outfit, I am feeling good. Because that's all that matters. Because looking good and other people think you're looking good, but inside you feel like the worst. I don't want to do that anymore. Like I used to like keep up an appearance outside, but mentally or like personally inside I was suffering. Yeah, and I don't want to suffer anymore. That's kind of like the mentality I'm having. Yeah, sometimes I forget that I'm 20 years old and this is literally the beginning of my journey. Like I'm 20, I'm not supposed to have everything figured out right now. So I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited to embark on this new journey with this new mindset. Like I'm a hot piece of ass. Like I need to put myself in the dating market. Like why am I running for men? Men are scary, but like come on. Like I need to put myself out there in every way, like professionally. Like I need to get a job, first of all. It's like just life-wise, like I just need to live life large to the fullest, because you only get one life here on this earth. So make it count. Yeah, that's just really what I wanted to share with you guys today, with it being a new month and all, and just me thinking and being reflective. And like I said, watching EC's video yesterday just really made me like sit down and really like think about my life and everything. And I was just like, I'm really proud of like where I'm going. Like it might not seem like much, it might not look like much right now, but I think for the beginning of the journey, that I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm at. I don't want us to meet up in a couple months and it's the same old Christina from high school. I don't want us to meet up and it's the same Christina from freshman year. Like, no. I'm in the 20s, and like I said, the 20s is where it's at. So I'm gonna make the 20s my biatch, and I'm going to live to the fullest, and I'm gonna accomplish great things. And I really think that I am capable to do it, and why not? Why not me? You know? So I hope that you guys took away something positive from this, and I hope that, you know, maybe this prompts you to have a discussion with yourself and to figure out where you're at in life and to figure out where you want to be going and to see if you're in line with that path. But yeah, I'm super excited. I really used to think in a very low moment of self-love. Oh, even self-love. My self-love has grown. I mean, we're still working, but it's really changed from a place where I thought that a woman who looked like myself could never have success. I always thought to be successful, I had to be of a different race, of a different gender. I never thought that a black woman could be successful. That's the positive side of social media that has shown me that, baby, black women can get it and black women can hold their own. That's the side of social media that I want to be on, the positive side, because when it gets dark, it gets dark. When it gets nasty, it gets nasty. But yeah, there's just a lot of great women out there who continue to inspire me every day. I want to be a great woman because I am, and I have the capacity to be a great woman. So I don't know, I just feel like turning 21 is just a turning point, and like I feel like my transition from 19 to 20 and really entering the 20s, like something's changed. I don't know if it's the pandemic, I don't know if it's just being in college, I don't know if it's everything that's been happening in my life, but something's changed, and I'm so grateful, and I'm so happy that I've changed and that like I've got my head screwed on right, because the girl that you see right now is not the same girl who started college, and there's really a lot of growth from where I was prior. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to see what the future holds for me, for the people surrounding me, for you guys watching. Like, I am just so thankful. I'm so blessed every day. And yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that we all grow together and that we all succeed together. And yeah, wishing you nothing but the best and all the love and light in this world. Bye.